Hi everybody, today I want to talk to you about your metabolism. We offer a personal metabolism test, which is your resting metabolic rate. For those of you who have not been to us but have been kind of curious about what we do, I'm going to talk to you more about resting metabolic rate and why it's important. So to give you some information, when you come in to do your personal metabolism test, you're going to be breathing through this tube here for about 15 minutes. We have a very comfortable massage chair, which you get to relax in. What is happening is that the piece of equipment is collecting all the oxygen you're using and it's extrapolating data. So for every liter of oxygen you consume, your body burns 5 calories. We also have a CO2 sensor. So with CO2 output, we're measuring what percentage of carbs you're burning, which percentage of fat you're burning. So as fat is being burned, you are exhaling CO2. So you can just imagine when your heart rate starts going up, you're using more oxygen, so you're burning more calories. My question is to you, have you ever tried to see how many calories you need based off an equation utilized from an online calculator? It's very common. A lot of people will do this and find out maybe the calculator says you need 1,500 calories a day, and then you undercut that significantly by either eating less or exercising more, which isn't the answer. In my opinion, everybody needs to know their metabolism because those calculators can be roughly 30% off. So they can have you overeating or they can have you undereating. Everybody is unique and very individual, and that's why you need to know your metabolism. You need to have this test done so you can have precise data for you specifically, which we're going to talk about this board back here in a minute. To also give you some idea, your resting metabolic rate is the amount of calories you burn in a 24-hour period if you were doing nothing. That actually consists of 70% of total calories burned. So imagine the other 30% is coming from your activity, coming from when you're sleeping, coming from things like chewing food and exercising, all these other things. But you can imagine that it's already just about 2/3 of your day. That's why you need to know this. So when we're looking at your metabolism, we're looking at diets and things like that. I'm going to address this behind me. So here I have two very real clients of ours. One is Sarah, one is Amy. Their weight, one is 157, the other one is 134. So you may be thinking, cool, Amy's got an edge. She's 134 pounds. She's doing well. Height, they're both the exact same height. The other thing I want to point out is the pounds of muscle. So Sarah has 51 pounds of muscle here. Amy has 34 pounds of muscle. So you can see that weight differentiation there. Here's another kicker. Sarah has a resting metabolic rate of 1872. Which means she needs almost 1,900 calories just for her to sit in a chair all day long and do nothing. Amy has 1,187 calories as her resting metabolic rate. So reasoning behind this and why it is, Sarah has more muscle. Her body fat is actually less too. Muscle is a metabolic tissue, meaning that you burn more calories for the more muscle you have. For every pound of muscle you have, your body actually burns about an additional 50 calories per day. So what I want you guys to take into consideration is that, let's say Amy and Sarah work together in the same building and Julie in the cubicle next to them is amped because she's lost 10 pounds. She's doing this 1,500 calorie diet, which really isn't that restrictive. Most people can sustain that. So they jump on the wagon, they want 10 pounds of weight loss just like Julie does. So the 1,500 calorie Julie, we're going to have Sarah at 1,500 calories. So yes, she would already be in a deficit of 372 calories a day. Then if she's exercising, things like that, she is going to lose fat. She probably is also going to lose muscle because she is not eating enough to sustain the amount of muscle that she has. So on the scale, she's losing fat, she's losing muscle, she's happy. But what's really going on in the background is that is not something to be excited about, because as she starts losing more muscle, her metabolism is going to slow down. Then it'll come to a point where she plateaus, but her metabolism is slower. So now to continue to lose weight, she has to keep eating less and less and less, which if you have ever dieted or you've been on yo-yo dieting, do you know this is something you don't even want to attempt because it's going to ruin your metabolism in the long run, and you're going to be skinny fat, unfortunately, which is where you look good on the outside, but you're predominantly fat on the inside and you have no strength. Secondly, Amy over here, her metabolism is 1187. So what's going to happen to her is that she's consuming in excess of over 300 calories a day. So she is going to gain weight on this same plan that Julie is eating. Now, Sarah's going to be happy. Amy is going to feel really bad. She's going to think there's something wrong with her. You know, it's working for Sarah now. It worked for Julie. Why isn't it working for me? This is why. So to give you also some insight, these girls being the same height, a little different in weight, they would probably come up with a similar metabolism based off of calculation. But again, hers is going to be significantly higher because of the amount of muscle she has. So when you want to look at body composition and health and optimal composition, Sarah is actually going to have to eat more to maintain the amount of muscle that she needs. That is going to have her continue to increase muscle and lose body fat. So keep this in mind when you're looking at trying a new fad diet. There's plenty of diets out there. We want to keep in mind that you have to be in a calorie deficit to lose weight. But what kind of weight do you want to lose? Do you want to lose your muscle? Probably not, because you're going to reduce your metabolism as well. That's why we believe you need to come in and have this tested and then work with one of our nutritional specialists to accommodate a plan that's going to work for you and the type of goals you have, the type of activity you're doing, and things like that. So if you have any questions, give us a call, book an appointment for a consultation. We'll be happy to work with you and figure out where you stand. And we'll talk to you soon. Bye.